Hello people, welcome to Career Deed. In today's session we shall discuss some of the previous year TCS NQT Numerical Ability questions. And I have included previous two session TCS NQT questions in description. If you haven't watched, please have a look at it. Now, let's have our first question. What is the total amount which when divided among A, B, C in the proportion 2 is to 3 is to 6 provides rupees 100 more to C than what it would have done to him when the proportion is 5 is to 6 is to 11? Okay, we have three people named A, B, C, and we have some amount with us. We are dividing them in the ratio 5 is to 6 is to 11 first. Instead of dividing 5 is to 6 is to 11, if we have divided in them in the ratio 2 is to 3 is to 6, then C would have got rupees 100 extra. Now, what is the total amount we have in our hand? This is our question. So how we can solve? We know this question is purely based on ratios and proportion, right? So you can get answer in fraction of seconds. It's very simple. So we are dividing money in the ratio 5 is to 6 is to 11. So totally we have how many parts now? 5 plus 6 plus 11. We totally have 22 parts. So instead of dividing the money in the ratio 5 is to 6 is to 11, if you have divided in the ratio 2 is to 3 is to 6, that means totally how many parts we have? 2 plus 3 plus 6, we totally have 11 parts, right? Okay, now instead of 11 parts, if we have both equal, then we can easily find a value, right? So we can make it 22 by multiplying all the values by 2, right? So 2 into 2, it's 4x, 3 into 2, 6x, 6 into 2, 12x. So totally, it's how many parts now? 4 plus 6 plus 12, we have 22 parts, right? So we have converted this 11 parts into 22 parts just by multiplying 2. Now, if you look at the initial ratio, we have 5x is to 6 is to 11x, where C have only 11 parts. Now, if you look at the second ratio, we have the total number of parts is 12 parts, right? So this stands for C. Now, comparing to first part, in second part, C is having how many parts extra? We have one part extra, right? So this one part is nothing but that 100 rupees extra. So that one part is 100 rupees. Now we have to find the total amount. So what is the total amount? It's 22 parts. So 22 into 100, we get 2200. That is 2200 rupees. So this becomes our answer. So we are dividing 2200 rupees in the ratio 5 is to 6 is to 11. Even we can divide them in the ratio 2 is to 3 is to 6. However, the amount remains same. This becomes our answer. So we can go to second question now. A bus starts at X to reach Y, which is 150 km far away in 180 minutes. It could cover 75 km in 90 minutes and then had to stop for 30 minutes in a motel. By what factors should the driver increase the speed with reference to the during the first hour so as to be able to complete the journey as per schedule? So the bus have to cover that 150 km in 180 minutes. That means 3 hours, right? We know 180 minutes is nothing but 180 by 60. That means it have to cover the complete 150 kilometer in 3 hours. But we have some conditions. The condition is it could cover 75 kilometer in 90 minutes. So first it is covering that 75 kilometer in 90 minutes. So what is 90 minutes? We know 90 minutes is half an hour, right? So convert this minutes to hour by dividing 60, we get 3 by 2 hours. That is half an hour, right? So first it covers that 75 kilometers in 3 by 2 hours and then had to stop for 30 minutes in a motel. So another 30 minutes, that is another half an hour, it is standing idle in a motel. By what factor should this driver increase the speed with reference to that during the first hour so as to be able to complete the journey as per the schedule? So it have to totally cover 150 kilometers, but it actually covered only 75 kilometers and it is standing in a motel. Now again it have to cover the remaining 75 kilometers, right? In how many hours? So out of 3 hours, 1.5 plus 0.5, that is half an hour plus 1.5 hours, 2 hours gone. So we have another 1 hour only. So in that 1 hour, it have to cover that 75 kilometers. So if it want to cover that 75 kilometer in 1 hour, it have to travel with the speed of 75 kilometer per hour, right? Right. Okay, now the question is by what factor should the driver increase the speed with reference to that during the first hour, right? We know for first 1.5 hours it covered 75 kilometers, right? Then what will be the speed of the bus during the first 1.5 hours? So speed equal to distance by time. We know the distance it covered is 75 kilometer and time it took to cover that 75 kilometer is 1.5 hours. That is 3 by 2. So I write that 2 at top because reciprocating. So it is 25 into 2, 50 kilometer per hour. So speed of the bus for the first 75 kilometer is 50 kilometer per hour. So it traveled with the speed of 50 kilometer per hour for first 1.5 hours. That means for the first hour also it traveled with the speed of 50 kilometer per hour. Now it have to travel with the speed of 75 kilometer per hour. So it is what fraction? It is what factor? This is our question. So if you cancel in 25th table, you get 3 by 2. That is 1.5 times. So the driver have to increase the speed of the bus now 1.5 times comparing to the bus traveled in the first hour. So answer for this question is 1.5 hours. So this becomes our answer. Okay, next question. Mohsin is 3/4 times efficient as Sharma in doing a particular work. Working together, they complete the work in 16 days. In how many days Sharma working alone will be able to complete half the work? We know Mohsin is 3 by 4 times efficient comparing to Sharma. So we can write like this, right? So Mohsin is 3 by 4 times efficient comparing to Sharma. So Mohsin and Sharma works in the ratio 3 by 4. So ratio of our efficiency of Mohsin and Sharma is 3:4. Okay, together they can complete the job in 16 days. So together they are totally how many parts efficient? So if Mohsin do 3 units of work, then Sharma will do 4 units of work. Together they will complete 3 plus 4, 7 times of work, right? So 7 parts of work. Now they will complete the total work in 16 days. So this question is purely based on time and work, and we have discussed this concept. M1 number of men working for D1 days, each days they are working for H1 hours to complete W1 unit of work. This is equivalent to M2 number of men working for D2 number of days, working H2 hours to complete W2 units of work. So we have discussed in time and work, right? So the same concept we are going to apply here. So if you take Mohsin and Sharma, they could complete 3 plus 4, 7 times of efficient in how many days? 16 days. Right? So the same work Sharma have to complete. We know Sharma's efficiency is 4 times only, right? In how many days? He will complete the same work in how many days? With the efficiency 4 units per day, but he don't want to complete the whole work. He want to complete only half the work. So in work we can take it as 1 by 2. So if you solve it, you get the answer, right? So okay, you can reciprocate. So this 1 by 2, if you reciprocate, you get the 2 here, right? So solve it, you get the answer. So it's 2 times, so 2 into 7 is 14. So question mark equal to 14 days. This becomes our answer. Hope you understood. Okay, next question. The vessels of X and Y's of capacity 1 and 2 liters respectively are completely filled with mixtures of two chemicals A and B. The ratio by volume of chemicals A and B in X and Y are 3:2 and 4:5 respectively. The contents of A and B are mixed and the combination is kept in a vessel C. How many liters of chemical A should be added to the combination so as to make the ratio of A and B equal? So we totally have two vessels and it's X and Y. So in both the vessels we have the mixture of chemicals A and B. So in first vessel we have mixture of A and B in the ratio 3:2. And in second vessel we have mixture of A and B in the ratio 4:5. Okay, now what is capacity of vessel 1 and vessel 2? It is 1 liter and 2 liter. Right, so we can write that 1 liter as 100 ml and 2 liter can be written as, it's 1000 ml and 2 liter is nothing but 2000 ml, right? So we can write like that. Okay, now the contents of A and B are mixed and the combination is kept in vessel C. So we are mixing contents of A and B in a different vessel, right? Now our question is how many liters of chemical A should be added to the combination so as to make the ratio A and B equal. So you have to make the ratio A and B equal. Now you have 1000 ml, right? So in vessel X you have 1000 ml. That is how many parts? 3:2. Totally 5 parts. So that 5 parts is 1000 ml. Then what is one part? So one part will be 200 ml. So in X you have 3 parts of A. So 3 parts will be 600 ml and 2 parts of B. So 2 into 200, 400 ml, right? So totally you have 1000 ml. So A is 600 ml and B is 400 ml. If you take Y, you have 2000 ml, right? So this is the total capacity of the mixer, and that is how many parts? 4 is to 5. So 4 plus 5, 9 parts. So that 9 parts is 2000 ml. So if 9 parts is 2000 ml, then what is one part? 2000 by 9 ml. Okay, now you have A 4 parts. So 4 into 2000 by 9, it's 8000 by 9 ml. And you have B 5 parts. So 5 into 2000, it's 10,000 ml. 10,000 by 9 ml. Okay, now you have to mix both the vessel, uh, and the contents of A and B are mixed and the combination is kept in vessel C. Okay, now you have to mix A and B. Now if you mix both the vessel, A will be clubbed and B will be clubbed. So add it. So 600 plus 8000 by 9, and this will be 400 plus 10,000 by 9. So it is fine. 6 nines are 54 plus 8, you get 134, right? So it is 13400 by 9. So this will be 4 nines are 36 plus 10,000, it is 13,600 by 9. Okay, now you have A and B in the ratio. If you cancel it, you get 134 is to 136. That is nothing but 67 is to 68. But you have to make both A and B equal. So if you want to make both A and B equal, you have to add how many liters of chemical A, right? So you have to add only chemical A alone. Okay, now so if you want to make both equal, it should be in the ratio 1 is to 1, right? So it must be in the ratio 1 is to 1. Then only we can say both are equal. So what I'm doing, I'm dividing the 67 and 68 by 68. So obviously this will become 1, right? So this will be 67 by 8, 67 by 68. Now to make this 67 by 68 as 1, you have to add how many parts? So you have to add 1 by 68 with that 67 by 68, right? Then only this will become 68 by 68. That means how much you have to add? 1 out of 68 parts you have to add, and this becomes your answer. Hope you understood. See, you can also work out this problem using ratio method, but that will consume little time, right? Okay, we can go to next question now. What is the simplified value of? Okay, you have a big equation. See, definitely you will get one question from simplification for every set of question asked in TCS NQT. So understanding BODMAS rule is really important. Okay, we have everything here, BODMAS, right? So we have bracket of division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So first we have to solve the bracket. So which bracket we have to solve? So we have to look at this first, right? So it is 64 minus 2 into 8. According to BODMAS, you have to do multiplication first, right? So it is 64 minus 2 into 8. So you are looking this bracket. So here it is 2 into 8, 16. 64 minus 16 is 48, right? So it is 48 plus 2. So you have 48 plus 2 in the bracket. So it is 50, right? So you have to solve this separately. And finally, you have to subtract with 2 by 5. Okay, now you have 22 by 2 by 5 into 50. Okay, it is 22 by 2 by 5 into 50. See, you have a separate bracket for 2 by 5, right? So you can't reciprocate with 22. So first you have to divide this 22 by 5 off. So off means you have to give importance for that multiplication first, right? So off means you have two types of parts. First one is par. For example, 2 par 2. So this is 2 of 2, or you can say 2 of 5, or you have one more of. For example, it is half of 32, right? However, you have to give important only for off first. After that only you have to give important for division, right? So you can write 2 by 5 of 50, right? So it is 2 by 5 of 50. So if you have off, you have to multiply that. So just divide it, you get 10 times. So 2 into 10, it's 20. It is 22 by 20, and you have to solve this. So it is 2 by 3 into 6, right? So 2 by 3 into 6. So what is 2 by 3 into 6? It's nothing but 4. I'm sorry, it's nothing but 2, right? So 2 into 2 is 4, right? So we can write that 4 here. So 4 into 22 by 20 minus 2 by 5. Now if we solve this, we get 5 here, right? So it is 22 by 5 minus 2 by 5. So 22 minus 2 is 20 divided by 5. So if we cancel it, we get 4. So this becomes our answer. So most of the time we make mistake only in this board mass, right? So board mass rule only. So here you can score good marks. For that you have to be very specific and thorough with the symbols, right? So very specific with the rule we are using. So which is board mass. So we go to next question. Out of 100 employees in a department, the manager calculates the standard deviation of only 5 employees. 5 employees ratings 4, 2, 5, 8, 6. What is the standard deviation? Okay, we have a formula for standard deviation and I believe you know that. So it is sigma equivalent to square root of summation of x minus x bar divided by n. So what is sigma? So sigma is standard deviation, right? So this is standard deviation and this is the value provided. So it is summation of x minus x bar the whole square, right? So this is the values provided and x bar is arithmetic mean and n is the total numbers, right? So we can take the total number of values. Okay, now, but in this question, out of 100 employees in the department, so we totally have 100 department, I mean 100 employees. So the 100 employees is the total population, right? But this manager is not taking the complete 100 employees ratings. He is taking only 5 employees. So we can call that 5 employees a sample, right? So these 5 employees are sample of the department. So if you take all the 100, we call it as total population. If you take only 5 employees, that is a sample, right? So if it is sample, the formula is little different, right? So this is for total population, right? So if you take for all the 100 employees, you have to use this formula. But when you take only for samples, that is standard deviation equal to square root of summation of x minus x bar the whole square divided by n minus 1. So the only difference is you have to subtract 1 from the total value, right? Okay, now what is the ratings? It is 4, 2, 5, 8, 6. So put this value in this formula, right? So you will get the answer. So if you take mean, what you will get? So it is 8 plus 2, 10 and 6 plus 4 also 10, it's 20, 25. So it is 25 by 5. So this is the arithmetic mean. So this arithmetic mean is nothing but x bar, right? So x bar is 5. So next you have to look at the distance between the values as well as arithmetic mean. That is x minus x bar, right? So x minus x bar. So what is the difference between 4 and 5, right? So I write all the values here. So what is the difference between 4 and 5? It's 1. 2 and 5, it's 3. 5 and 5, it's 0. 8 and 5, it is 3. 6 and 5, it is 1. So you don't want to worry about plus minus symbols, right? So just look at the distance between the value as well as arithmetic mean. So what is, okay, now we have, yeah, so we have to find the square of this, right? So that is x minus x bar the whole square, right? So find the square of it. So 1 square is 1, 3 square is 9, 0 square is 0, and 3 square is 9, 1 square is 1. So add everything. You get 20, right? So it is 20. So this is the summation of distance. Okay, so it is 20 divided by, what is n minus 1? Totally you have 5 numbers. So 5 minus 1 is 4, right? So it is square root of 20 by 4. So 20 by 4 is 5, right? So it is square root of 5. So this is the standard deviation. So you don't have square root of 5 here, right? So you have to find the exact decimal value. Now, if it is square root of 4, you can say the answer is 2. And square root of 9, the answer is 3. Now, the square root of 5 lies between 2 and 3. Now, only option that is between 2 and 3 in the options given is 2.23. So 2.23 becomes the answer, right? So the thing which you have to keep in your mind is the formula for standard deviation, that is sigma equal to square root of summation of x minus x bar the whole square by n. This is for population. So you have to change it as n minus 1 for the samples. So answer for this question is 2.23. This becomes your answer. So we go to next question now. 6 square plots are connected end to end to obtain a rectangular plot of area 726 square meter. If we take pi equal to 22 by 7, by what factor is the perimeter of the plot more than that of circumference of the circle of radius 10 meter? Okay, now we have 6 square plots connected end to end to obtain a rectangular plot of area 726 square meter. Okay, now you have 6 square plots, okay, like this, and you are connecting all the square plot end to end to form a rectangular plot. And what is area of the rectangular plot? It is 726 square meter or 726 meter square. And we know area of the square is a square, right? So area of the square is a square. So totally we have how many such squares? 6 a squares, right? So the 6a square is nothing but 726 meter square, right? So if 6a square is equivalent to 726 meter square, then what is 1a square? So 726 divided by 6, if you cancel it, you get 121. So a square is 121. Then value of a is 11. So its one side is 11. So that square's one side is 11. So totally you have 6 such squares. So the length of this new rectangle is 66 meter. And the breadth is nothing but 11 only, because in square all the four sides are equal. So the breadth is 11 only. Now they are asking the factor difference between perimeter of this rectangular plot as well as circle of the radius 10 meter. So if you take a circle, what is the radius? It is 10 meter. Now you have to find the difference between circumference of the circle and this rectangle, right? So what is circumference of the circle? We know it is 2 pi r, that is 2 into 22 by 7 into 10. We can tell it is 440 by 7 meter. 440 by 7 meter. Now what is perimeter of this rectangle? So perimeter of the rectangle is nothing but 2 times L plus B, right? So 2 times length is 66 here and breadth is 11 here. So 66 plus 11 is 77. So 2 into 77 you get 154. So 154 is nothing but perimeter of this what rectangle, right? So they are asking what is the perimeter, I mean what factor is perimeter of the plot more than circumference of the circle of radius 10 meter. So perimeter of the plot is 154 and circle's circumference is 440 by 7. So just divide it, we will get the answer. So if you divide it, you get 154 by 440 divided by 7. So I write that 7 here. So if we cancel it, we get 220 and this will be, yeah, 77 7 times, and this is 20 times, and if it is 49 divided by 20, we can write 4.9 by 2. So if you cancel it, you get 2.45. So this becomes our answer, right? So they are asking what factor is perimeter of the plot than that of circumference of the circle. So answer for this question is 2.4 times. So we can say the perimeter of the rectangle is 2.4 times then circumference of this circle. So this becomes our answer. Hope you understood the question. We shall go to next question now. With what value should the highest quantity in the data 65, 52, 14, 26, 18, 35, 32, 38 be replaced so that the mean and median become equal? Okay, now you have how many values? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we totally have 8 values. So first we try to write all these numbers in ascending order, because median of any number is nothing but the middle value, right? So if you write everything in ascending order, 14, 18, okay, we write 14, 18, then yeah, 26, 32, 35, 38, 52 and 65. Yeah, so we have written all the numbers in ascending order. Now you have to find median first. So we try to find median first. So how to find median? We know the middle value is nothing but the median, but here you totally have 8 terms, right? So how to find middle value? So take the arithmetic mean of 32 and 35. So 32 plus 35 you get 67. So 67 by 2 you get 33.5, right? So median is nothing but 33.5. Now the question is what value should be the highest quantity in the data to make mean and median equal? So you have to remove this highest value and interchange it with different answer in the option to make the mean equivalent to median, right? Now first we try to find the what mean. Okay, so if you add it, you get 14 plus 18, so it's 10, 40, 70, 100, 130, 180, 180 plus 60, it is 240. Okay, Now we come to this tens place. So that will be 10 and 20, then 30, then 40. So it is 280, right? So when you divide this 280 by 8, we get how much? So this will be, yeah, 3 8s are 24 and carry 4. So it's you are getting 35. So this is your arithmetic mean. But you have to change this 35 to 33.5 by interchanging this highest value, right? So you have to interchange this highest quantity with and I mean with the numbers given in option, so that it will become 33.5. So you have to interchange this 65. Definitely you can't interchange with 66, because if you take it as 66, definitely the mean value will increase, right? So you can't take 66. As well as 64 also will decrease this 35 some extent. Maybe you will get a 34.5, something like that. So we can go with option 53. So instead of 65, if you make it as 53, so this will decrease by how much? So this will decrease by 12, right? So 280 will decrease by 268. Now you have 8, I mean 8 numbers only. So 268 by 8, you get how much? So it is 3 times 24, carry 2, and again 3 times 24, it's carry 4, 5. So you get 33.5, right? So however, this mean and median became equal, right? So this is what our objective is, right? So our objective is satisfied. So we have to choose option B, 53. So for this, you must definitely have a good idea on numbers. Then only you can easily solve this kind of problems easily. Okay. Hope you understood all the problems associated with TCS NQT, and I have planned to include some more videos in upcoming 2 days. So until that, stay connected with CareerD Training Solutions. Thanks a lot for your patience, and wish you all the very best for your TCS NQT. Thank you.